Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Dearest Mother and Dad. Love, Ruth, John, Mark, Jan, Patricia, and Peter. 1985, Part 184. 21508 Avalon Drive, Rocky River, Ohio, 44116. Wednesday, January 9th, 1985. Dearest Mother and Dad, thank you for your letters. One written before we left and waiting, and one arrived the day after we got home. Good timing. So glad you had a nice Christmas with Bud. What a big turkey. I am sure Janet appreciated the gift for her children. Little table and chairs. Bud and I enjoyed ours, I remember. Could he not have ordered them from Eaton's catalog and delivered in Toronto to save the mailing costs? I am sure he had fun doing it and will see them soon. It's good that I visited them while I could stay with Pam Scowthorne, for she has a job as principal flutist with Symphony Nova Scotia, so we'll be giving up the apartment in Toronto, I expect. Hopes to fly to Cleveland, though. So exciting for Chris. Hope for the rest of us. And a granddaughter, too. How great. Good letter from David, sent $100. It was good to get home Sunday night. We, John and Patty, packed the boat Friday, and I started on the other things, and Saturday we packed the 17 boxes so John could help Steve take them over in the boat. Patty did all the cooking this trip. Quite a gal. Up at the crack of dawn Sunday, 6:30 a.m., and John took off the doors, and all the last-minute things you'll recall. At 8:30, Steve took us in the boat to Norman's Key. Only police there now. A smooth ocean, but a fast trip. 9:30, plane to Nassau, where we had brunch at the new Cable Beach Hotel. John's convention will be on Paradise Island, Nassau, February 1986. This year we're going to the Biltmore in Phoenix, Arizona in 5 weeks, February 15th, so hope to visit Peter on the way. We phoned him when we got home. We left Patty in Atlanta, but her medical student friend met her in Cincinnati with her coat. I had given him the wrong time, but they finally met. I had the wrong time on my sheet. The flight had been changed. She's happy to be back in Cincinnati, but it was so good to be together for 3 weeks. She has so many friends there now. It was so good to talk to Peter and Mark. Peter is concerned because the insurance turned down payment, and it's over $50,000 now. They are appealing it. They told us they are very proud of him, working so hard with his psychotherapist. He is going through painful things, back to Pamela's death. He has gained full-on status where he can go wherever he likes on campus, so he's going to look for a job on campus. I suggested, since he, his grandfather, and great-grandfather all found it helpful, and they have a fine nursery there. He still wants to come home, but John says no. They are beginning to take him off some of his medications, so we'll see how that goes. He finds his meditation that Mark got him into his most help. I felt so sad down on the island, felt like a knife in my stomach when we talked about Peter, so it was good to find him improving. He made a lovely cherry bowl that I have here on the coffee table. Christmas tree still up, so we'll have to take down the decorations and lights. Carly and Dick Donaldson are going to London, England on business and staying with friends at the British Petroleum who live outside London, and then back and to Washington, D.C., to the inaugural ball for President Ronald Reagan, and stay with friends with Standard Oil who live in Virginia. Exciting times. I went to painting with Fred Leach today. Not too good, but must produce something for my show in March or April. Maybe you can plan to come east in the spring or to visit Janet and us. Maybe Chris will visit Dad on her way to see her granddaughter. So sorry I miss sending an anniversary card for 62 years. We're going to the symphony Saturday. Should get a microphone and hearing aid system for St. Peter's. They're getting one here. Now, these next letters were originally published as Small Shaw Family Memories Collection, or SFMC number 96, published on August 5th, 2003. Letter from the editor of the SFMC. And the beat goes on. Well, this is a most momentous issue, absolutely. The long, painful psychiatric nightmare for Peter finally came to an end. On August 5th, 1985, he had his first day of sobriety and drug-free, and with the help of Alcoholics Anonymous and Self-Realization Fellowship, he has continued to be clean and sober up to the present, one day at a time. In October 1985, he was released from Windsor Hospital, his last mental hospital, never to return to such a place again. He also stopped taking psychiatric drugs. Ruth's father, George Smallshaw, passed away in February 1985, and John's mother, Gertrude Zook Ray, passed on March 17, 1985. The greatest cat in the world, Soma, also departed. The summer of 1986 was a grand one for Peter as he enjoyed his freedom and worked full-time downtown at Ameritrust Bank. The Cleveland Indians had a banner year with such heroes as Joe Carter, Phil Niekro, Julio Franco, Tony Bernazard, Mel Hall, Pat Tabler, Brett Butler, Corey Snyder, Tom Candiotti, Andy Allenson, and so forth. In the present, in 2003, life goes on. I recently read the book Sugar Blues by William Dufty, 1975. He makes a very compelling argument that refined sugar is poison. I am convinced, so I quit sugar. Today is my 5th day sugar-free, and I look forward to many benefits in improved physical and mental health. My varicose veins are disappearing along with the ankle and knee pain. No more insomnia or getting easily stressed out. I have more energy and need less sleep. Also, the mosquitoes don't bite me anymore. So this is some breakthrough. Alice and Tim are fine. Tim is loaded with schoolwork at LaSalle Green Hills, and he has to deal with it. The Asian work ethic, or perhaps the general fear of poverty in the Philippines, leading people to be desperate to have their children in elite schools. Those schools working the kids half to death and nobody ever complaining about it. Ha ha ha. Burning karma. Living in the dark ages, acceptance, all of which motivates me more to meditate and solve the mystery of life. Looking forward to seeing you good people soon in Rocky River and Lakeside. Cheers, your editor, Peter J. Ray. 21508 Avalon Drive, Rocky River, Ohio, 44116, January 17, 1985. Dearest Mother and Dad, so glad to get your letter today. You will miss visiting Stella. How good, though, that you had her friendship and had so many years of painting with her. How sad that her son, Bruce, preceded her. You probably told me. I seem to remember him in school. And how good that you got 12 friends to go to her funeral. Proud of you. So good of Bud to fix your things. Any luck with the phone flasher? They have an adapter that I could buy and send. Diane had suggested it in the first place. Mrs. Vogler has trouble seeing, so they got her one, her niece in North Carolina, with big numbers, and she hates it. Won't have one in her bedroom. Glad you like your bedstand. Wish we'd got a nicer one, though. Think you need a nicer wood headboard, too. Going to the eye doctor at the clinic in the morning for a checkup. John is going to take me. I have been going to painting and to church group, and we're going to a dance Saturday, the symphony last Saturday. We finally have winter, and it's so lovely. The snow is just so beautiful on all the trees and the lake frozen and snow covered. I must take more pictures of it. Just spectacular and so very peaceful looking. It inspires me to paint snow scenes. There was 22 inches out in Kansas, so Peter has had snow to hike in. We usually phone him Sunday evening. Isabel Stevens said she would like to phone him, and we have a friend from church who sends him tapes of her talking. Sunita does too. The doctor, stopped one of his medications, and he can now go wherever he wants on campus, so looking for a job. I suggested the nursery, since he likes to grow things, and it always seemed to help Dad and Granddad, so he had an appointment with the nursery. The doctor, was reducing his other medications too. So we'll see how that goes. We got a bill for $52,000. Started to work on my papers, but it seems more come in than I can get out. We're going to see Peter February 16th and then to Arizona for a week at the Biltmore in Phoenix. Brendan is a year old. I must send a remembrance. How lovely. A year-old great-grandson and grandson for Bud. Love you, Ruth. 21508 Avalon Drive, Rocky River, Ohio, 44116, Tuesday, January 22nd, 1985. Dearest Mother and Dad, we've had bitter cold weather here, but it seems to be abating. One TV weather called it the Saskatchewan Slash and had an arrow pointing from Saskatchewan, so I suspect you've had it too, only in spades. Actually, it's so beautiful. John called me to the dining room window last night to look at the snow-covered trees, exquisite, and is now, as I look out. Record low, though. We phoned Janet Saturday and sang happy birthday to her for Brendan. She said he was enjoying all his new things. Said Bud would visit them in February. On his way someplace warm, I expect. Good that he and Diane are doing cross-country skiing. Like you, he's keeping in shape. Good for the mind, too. When we got home from the dance Saturday evening, David called. We had a long talk. He said he might call Peter. We go to Bible study at 9 a.m. before church, and I go to a Friday morning women's Bible study group. We need all the help we can get. We phone Peter Sunday evenings. He has started training and then working in the nursery out there at my suggestion. Dad and Granddad enjoyed growing things so much, and Peter has his aloe veras and plants. It is also good exercise, too. His meditation seems to help. The doctor is taking him off his medication, so we'll see how he is. I guess John and I will just have to let go and hope he will stay in God's hands. A year ago, he was just finishing his nursing course. We went to a luncheon at the Westwood Country Club and then to his graduation. This year we are again taking John's mother, Carol and Dave, some friends from church, and Shar McQuilkin, 10 of us, thinking of Peter. He's taking some training in the nursery too, learning about plants. Mark had phoned him Saturday to encourage him in his meditation. Carly and Dick Donaldson are at the inaugural ball in Washington, D.C. and London, England last week. I must write to Chris to congratulate her. Patty is studying psychiatry this term and sent me her book. Certainly difficult to evaluate. So many different ideas. John will be on TV Saturday, March 5th on the Lake Erie show. They filmed us in the beach house last Saturday but cut out Peter and me. They're using a shot of our beach house taken from a helicopter too. John and I saw this Errol Flynn autobiography last night, and John remarked that he reminded me of Bud, the actor playing him, and he is a Canadian too. Thursday, January 24th. We certainly added a lot of spice to your life, sending one slipper at a time. Received your letter yesterday telling of just finding one slipper. Bud was right, of course. I couldn't have gotten 2 slippers in that package. They certainly must have opened it because John said they had sealed it very tightly. In explanation, I had bought those slippers before Christmas but didn't want to put them in the parcel for making it expensive to pay duty. Then I thought it might be nice for you to get something in cold January. Then I didn't want to pack a parcel and go to the post office, declare them, so thought the envelope method easier. Should have told you, though. Hope the other one came okay. Yes, Carly enjoyed the jelly and asked for your address. Hope you have written or phoned Peter. Maybe Bud would help you phone him. How is Dad? How are you? Love you. Love, Ruth and John. 21508 Avalon Drive, Rocky River, Ohio, 44116. January 30th, 1985. Dearest Mother and Dad, I hope that other slipper arrived. You must have been having some Arctic weather because we still have snowdrifts. I played duplicate bridge today from 11 to 4 with lunch and I won. 3 of us were high at 24 points. Patty phoned for an hour Monday, did very well on her pharmacology exam, and got a long 3-page letter today from her. She's coming home in a month. Has a 10-day break, March 1st to the 10th. We phoned Peter twice this week. Sunday night he was depressed, but Tuesday night he'd been meditating and feeling better and enjoying the nursery. We visit him February 16th to the 17th, then to Arizona from the 17th to the 24th, the Biltmore. When and how long will Bud be away, and where? Carol and Dave brought John's mother over for lunch at Westwood Country Club Sunday, 10 of us, a big snowball luncheon. Dave won a year's swimming at the Sheraton that a friend of ours bought from him for $100, so Dave won $100. John won a cookbook holder, $22. Saturday, John had an all-day office meeting, and then the senior partners and wives went out to dinner at the Greenhouse, a lovely place. Hope you've taken Irene and John out to brunch at that place again, or someone. Patty said she had a nice letter from you. Melissa was our paper girl. Judy is John's secretary. Love you, Ruth. 21508 Avalon Drive, Rocky River, Ohio, 44116, Tuesday, February 5th, 1984, 3 o'clock a.m. Dearest Mother and Dad, last Friday morning in our Living the Adventure at St. Peter's, we were meditating and I could hear you saying, Ruth. Saturday we received your letter saying you hadn't heard from us for so long. I thought that I had been writing too. I have been trying to get some things done around here, but not much progress. So much stuff. Junk, really. Now, did we miss a letter from you? John says we sound like crack records, you wondering why I haven't written, but you never mentioned whether the other slipper ever arrived. John did mail it to you. John and I were high at bridge Friday. Poor cards, though, all around. Saturday, we went to the movie Passage to India with Carly and Dick Donaldson, and then to the yacht club for dinner with them and the Simons. Molly looks after our cats while we're away. Sunday, we go to Bible study at 9 a.m. before church. We phoned Peter Sunday evening. He's still depressed. He'd shaved off his mustache and worked 1 hour a day in the nursery learning how to plant seeds in vermiculite and perlite. We told him we would not be coming February 16th, but waiting until March 2nd when Patty can come with us. So we'll fly straight to Phoenix February 17th until the 24th, but we do change planes in Kansas City, both going out and back. His doctor had been away for 10 days, lecturing at Duke University. Patty phoned Sunday night. I've made plane reservations for her to fly to Florida, but she's not sure about going. Ted had her out to dinner. They've been here. Ted at Christmas and Ken last summer. Ted had brought her flowers too. Ted Herwig. We'll fly to see Peter March 2nd to the 4th now instead. He'll start working 3.5 hours a day soon. Mark also phoned Sunday night. John was asleep, though. He's been busy. Mark flies to Dallas next week for a regional vice president convention. He now has 4 people working for him full-time and interviewing for more. He's also in a group of 4 diabetics working to keep tighter control of his diabetes. He tests his blood 4 times a day. He also has a new doctor, a specialist in diabetes. He was planning to phone Peter. Patty phoned him last week, also Sunita. John was in trial today, so busy. We have Lakewood Art League's Thursday night. I have painting in the afternoon and St. Peter's Friday morning. Friday evening, the Crawfords are taking us to dinner at the Bomber Squadron, a place by the airport that looks like a World War II English bomber squadron. Then we're playing bridge. Saturday, we're taking friends to the symphony. Dinner first at the buffet there. Sunday, we're playing bridge again, and the next weekend out to Phoenix. After a week out there, the following week, Patty comes home, and we'll be going to Kansas, the Lord willing. We still have lots of snow. What a long winter for you, since October. It is really beautiful, though. The lake frozen and covered with ice. How wonderful that you still hear from Iona Hartwell and George Martin, children of your old friends. How good of Bud to fix your table. Like Bud, I too thought you should get a new one. So sorry that you got so tired you could hardly make it to bed. I've had that feeling and it's awful. Just pushing yourself too far. Have been making John oatmeal porridge every morning with raisins. We've been eating out so much, though, and did want to lose some before we go to Phoenix and all the eating out there. Crazy when so many are starving. How is Dad? Does Bud get up to see him? Did you get your steering wheel loosened up a little? Take care. Love you, Ruth and John. 21508 Avalon Drive, Rocky River, Ohio, 44116, March 11th, 1985. Dearest Mother, we hope that you are okay. Hope that you're getting some rest after all the activities of the past few weeks. Yesterday, as we were having coffee following bridge, Carol phoned. John's mother had been in great pain and called Carol while they were at church, so missed them. They had gone to brunch, and then Kathy phoned, so by the time she reached them, she was very bad. They took her in an ambulance to emergency. The doctor thought it was an infected gallbladder, so put her on antibiotics. John went to see her and took flowers. He said she was so pale and in pain. About 1 a.m., Carol phoned that she had her emergency surgery, and they discovered she is full of cancer, 90% of her liver and 15% of her pancreas. Both are so painful and too late, and she's too old to treat, so they will have to try painkillers. It's now 5 o'clock p.m. Monday, and this is the time they are telling her. We had called Peter last night, and at the time we thought it was gallbladder. Mark phoned him there, so called this morning and found out. Patty is to call tonight. She should have arrived from Florida last night. Carol and Dave were to leave for Florida Saturday. Like Bud, it's a good thing they hadn't gone yet. Saturday we got a bill for Peter for $70,000, and today a letter they wanted some payment soon. John has a lawyer friend for the insurance who is going to call the president of the insurance company for us. Hope he can do something. It'll be John's biggest case for himself. Peter feels so bad and just wants to come home. He is very depressed, so we continue to get clobbered. Shirley Collart was here for a while today. Her cancer has spread to her jaw, and she is on some kind of chemotherapy and lost her hair again, so wearing a wig. She says she doesn't know if she'll ever get her hair back again. So it goes. John has an office meeting tonight, but will probably go to see his mother tomorrow night. This will be very hard on Carol. I think John's mother often suspected it. 5 of her family have died of cancer. A hard way to go. Patty wanted to know what Dad died from. She says they always ask patients what their parents died from. What did they say it was on the death certificate? Did it indicate? If you have the time and energy, I would like you to ask Mrs. Barks where she got that LASIK card. I like it so much that I would like for you to buy all they have for me, and I will pay you. They were $1.50 each, but such a lovely card. I would like to send one to Carly, Dick's sister. Their daughter died of cancer too, so much of it. My friend Betty Palmer's husband is going now, so many. The crocuses are in full bloom. It's still a beautiful world. John's mother never really has enjoyed life since Doran died, though. Hope you do and continue to enjoy life while you can. Love you, Ruth. 21508 Avalon Drive, Rocky River, Ohio, 44116, June 19th, 1985. Dearest Mother, today is Pamela's birthday. So proud of you for making the trip and doing so well. Janet was instrumental in getting you to come, and I'm sure was glad to have you know her children. I'm sure you must be having nice weather now too, and glad to be getting your garden going. Our snapdragons are prolific, and the purple martins and swallows are flying around in profusion, even if they aren't in the house. They fly all around it. John has been ill in bed with a flu bug, I guess, about 3 or 4 days, but better now. We plan to fly out to see Peter either this weekend or the next. When we talked to him Sunday night, he sounded bad. Mark, too, had phoned him. Patty had a wonderful time at her Dartmouth reunion. Ted Herwick drove her there, and she had a great time with her friends. She danced until 4 in the morning with the doctor from Chicago, also a Dartmouth classmate. She dated him last summer. She'll be visiting Mark and Jan and also her old apartment in New York and home next week. We have a couple of cars for her to look at. She starts her rotations in the hospitals July 1st, so needs to drive as it will be far away and odd hours in Cincinnati. We went to an ordination of a friend's son, a classmate of Mark and Pam's. Also, they had a big brunch in Farewell for Dick Morris Sunday after church and at Beck. We went to a garden walk tour of lovely homes and gardens. Both stimulating and depressing for me, inspiring but so much work to do. I need self-discipline, I guess. Our cat Soma is gone. I could weep, but it wouldn't help. And Peter's relapse overshadows it. But Soma was a love and fearful what happened to him. I'm glad the shoes are good. Think you need the sandals too for summer. If the light tan loafers are too narrow for you, save them and I can wear them. They are an 8 slim, so maybe too narrow. Today I mailed you a bedspread for your back room, a twin. It wasn't what I'd had in mind, but when I tried it out on the front twin bed, John said he just likes to see it, so it may brighten up your room too. The drapes I put up won't go with it, but those yellow silk ones will. You could give the old bedspread to Jessica or Joan if she'd like it, or Church. Your trip here went so fast. Patty just phoned. She and Ted are now at Mark and Jan's. She still is undecided about whether she can visit Peter, so we still don't know when we're going. John is taking the boat down to the yacht club tonight and also having a meeting here at his Beechcliff trustees. I have Bible study this morning. Love you. Myers, Hendeman, Schneider & Ray Corporation, LPA. The Superior Building, Cleveland, Ohio. September 11th, 1985. Dear Gus, we hope you arrived home safely and are not too cold. Thank you so much for being with us for 2 weeks. We always enjoy your company. Love, John. 21508 Avalon Drive, Rocky River, Ohio, 44116. December 1st, 1985. Dearest Mother, I was just planning to write to you when you phoned tonight. So sorry that we didn't call you when everyone was here. Also sorry that you missed talking to Peter. Good to hear you. Mark and Jan phoned Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. that they were leaving Brimfield and they drove all day, arriving at evening. Patty and Ted drove to his folks and stayed in Columbus and then drove to Carol and Dave's Thursday. We all drove there also. There were 7 of us, 16 altogether. Carol had put a 25-pound turkey in at 5 in the morning. Dick and Joan drove from Chicago on Wednesday, too. Carol had a lovely dinner as always. Turkey, mashed potatoes, very good gravy, escalloped oysters, broccoli casserole, Jan's pumpkin and date nut bread, coleslaw, molded salad, etc. I took pies from the bakery, pumpkin, mince, pecan, chocolate, and key lime. We also all stay for supper. I took over my Christmas notes for everyone. Friday we all went to the lovely buffet at Severance Hall, and then John got tickets for the symphony concert, 7 of us. Saturday I cooked dinner, chicken breast, supreme, harvest potatoes, broccoli souffle, 7-layered salad, and we went to the movie Back to the Future. We leave 3 weeks from today for the Bahamas, the 22nd of December until January 5th, 2 weeks. A busy time for us all between now and then. Mark and Jan are selling the carpet business. Patty and Ted have exams in medical school. Patty is in ear, nose, and throat right now. A woman had a cancer of the throat operation. Patty gave an hour talk on diabetes. Peter has a job at Control Data in Lakewood, 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. He's sleeping in the beach house, likes it down there. So glad he's okay. We are so fortunate to have it so mild. Impatiens and geraniums still blooming, and Peter cut the grass down by the beach house Saturday. Ted helped him down with the lawnmower. So sorry that you are having it so cold. Glad the down coat is good. Just wore a jacket to church and haven't worn my down one yet this winter. It was lovely having Patty playing the piano while we had brie cheese and sesame crackers before dinner, also crab dip. Glad Joan has contacts now. All 4 of us have had them. Did she get the flexible kind? They are easier. The old hard ones were more difficult. Wonder why she didn't get them sooner. Did she pass her driver's test? I'll get reprints of your photo and send them for your Christmas cards. We'll also try to get your Christmas parcel off Aunt Janet's. I bought Brendan a workbench like our children enjoyed, wooden hammer, and Miss Deast 2 cute dresses and a lovely book of underwater for children. Is their business up for sale? I would like Jessica's address. I have a skirt for her. Would you prefer me to send it to you and you send it? Do you have any idea of her size? So glad the coat is useful. Next door. Have some paintings to do and also pack for the Bahamas. Food to buy. 7 of us. We stay at the British Colonial from December 22nd. We lit our first Advent candle last night at dinner when we were all here. We love you. So thankful. Love, Ruth, John, and Peter. Well, that concludes today's presentation. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.